All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshai by Hashem Rakaha. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to you, brothers, pushing this truth throughout the four winds. All right, this video is going to go into basically just a better, somewhat of a clear aspect of Gentiles. I had this conversation with someone, and they really just didn't understand the sense of the Gentiles, because they'll read it. There's neither Jew nor Greek, bond or free, what I'm saying? They'll see those things, and it doesn't register when you tell them those were Israelites, okay? That wasn't the other nations. In some senses, in some cases, it is. But it's the difference from knowing what you're looking at. So I pray through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai that this is edifying. Okay, so when we go to Romans 1:1, it says, Paul, a servant of Yahweh Mashiach, called to be an apostle, separated into the gospel of God. I am not ashamed of the gospel of Hamashiach, for it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believeth. See, it's scriptures like this: to everyone that believeth. Then it says to the Jew first, and also into the Greek. So one thing I'll say right here is the book clearly says Romans. So why would it be in Rome and they're calling them Greeks? Who conquered the Greeks? There you go. Okay, so understanding the time frame that these people were coming into a new what? Captivity, or under a new rulership. Okay. Now, Matthew 10:5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city in Samaria of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather into the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Now, is this a contradiction? And this is where people get lost, because they don't understand what it means when certain words and certain time frames were taking place, who was who and what was what. Okay? So Yahweh Shah said, don't go to the Gentiles. But in Paul's writing, what does it say? Go to the Jew and a Greek first. A Greek would be considered a Gentile. So this is where these people get really confused and not understanding what's truly taking place here. Okay? So we have to go to the actual split. Okay? This is 1 Kings 12:1. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass that Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt. That they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake to Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now, therefore, make thou the grievous service of thy father and his heavy yoke, which is upon us, lighter. Okay, so not wanting to be in a place to where nobody likes to be in a situation where things are hard on them. bondage. Like, look at Israel, look at us today. You'll give people the truth. By giving them the truth today, you're basically telling them, accept bondage. Accept that you're a slave here. Okay? Accept it. And by you accepting it, you're turning yourself away from the world by doing things that's very liking to the flesh, like eating whatever you want, doing whatever you want. You're telling these people to basically pick up your cross and walk. Okay? You're telling them to look, everybody. This is what we have to do to get right back to who we naturally are and what's going on with us, because we have an understanding. Okay? So nobody likes that right there. No, they would actually not like it, because it seems more to bondage doing what's right. So they actually have the illusion of freedom. Okay? And that's what's going on here. It's like what's going on is too grievous for us. We got to live by all these laws and all these statutes and commandments. We don't want to do that. Okay? Because watching other nations and how they move in a different manner of somewhat being free, you would, like, most people will look at that and be like, I want to see how it feels to do that. You know, I don't want to be under these penalties and doing all the things that we're supposed to do. Okay? It says, and we will serve thee. So if you make make everything lighter on us, we're going to serve you. Where things are easier, that's where we're going. Okay? And he said unto them, depart yet for 3 days, and come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon, his father, while he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I answer these people? Now he's like, okay, how do I answer them? Because they want everything to be easy. Okay, so they sought counsel. Okay. And it says, and they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. But he forsook the counsel of the old men. So he's like, nah, we ain't doing that, which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him and which stood before him. So he basically went to someone, he got like, instead of going to an old head, because it's kind of like outdated to talk to old heads, because they're not going to tell you what you want to hear. So he went to someone of his peers that were more on his level, and like, okay, well, they would be more understanding. Okay. It says, and he said unto them, What counsel give ye that we may answer these people who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter? And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, Thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. And now, whereas my father did lay you with a heavy yoke, I will add to you more yoke. My father has chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions, making it worse. So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the 3rd day, and as the king had appointed, saying, come to me again the third day. So he didn't get the answer it basically ain't get the answers that he wanted. So come back again. And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, my father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Okay? Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from the Lord. So the Lord was doing all of this. It was something set up that he might perform his saying, which the Lord spake by Ahijah the Shilonite unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, so it was all set up by the Lord. Okay, everything was set up to play out, for prophecy to actually play out. They went to the older heads, and he went to the younger heads. So he was like, okay, well, I'm just going to tell you what it is, because both answers didn't suit what the people wanted. Okay. It says, the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tents, O Israel, now see to thine own house. David. So Israel departed and went into their tents. But as for the children of Israel, which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. Okay. The king, Rehoboam, sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones, that he died. Therefore, King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to the chariot to flee to Jerusalem. Opportunity. Okay. So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day. And it came to pass, when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called unto the congregation, and made him king over all Israel. Okay. There was none that followed the house of David. So they were going against their culture, their nationality, their heritage. Okay. But the tribe of Judah only. Okay. 21. And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he assembled the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin, 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors to fight against the house of Israel. It's like, man, y'all going off. Y'all are actually going off. Okay. To bring the kingdom again right here. This is a key part. They were trying to bring the kingdom, the northern and the southern kingdom, back together back then when it first actually happened. But that didn't set into the prophecy of what the Lord had set up. Okay. That's why it says again. So if you break away from something, you have to be brought back. Again, keep that in mind. To Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. So he's trying to bring them back into the fold to have everything right. Okay. Because through this, the promise plays out to get into the kingdom, which is our kingdom that we were promised. Okay. 22. But the word of God came unto Shema, the man of God, saying, speak unto Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and unto all the house of Judah and Benjamin, and the remnant of the people, saying, thus saith the Lord, ye shall not go up nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. Okay, that's key thing. So you're not going to make one stick. If you know, you know. You're not going to make it one stick just yet. Okay? It says, return every man to his house, for this thing is from me. The Lord cold, man. The Lord is cold. Because this is prophecy. And keep in mind, he's controlling everyone and how they move. Okay? For all this prophecy in this movie we're in to actually play out. And return to depart according to the word of the Lord. So this is my word. Don't do nothing. Don't fight him. Get away. Because it's playing out the way I need it to. Now, this is Hosea. Hosea 1:1. The word of the Lord that came unto Hosea, the son of Beri, in the days of Uzziah and Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah, in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel. Okay, so we're getting some context on this stuff now. The beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea, and the Lord said unto Hosea, go, take unto thee a wife of whoredoms, the children of whoredoms. For the land hath committed great whoredom, departing from the Lord. So we understand that the northern kingdom, they committed great whoredoms. Okay? They committed great whoredoms. So this is a parable. Okay? They committed great whoredoms by departing from the Lord. Okay? It says, so he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, which conceived and bare him a son. And the Lord said unto him, call his name Jezreel. For yet a while, and I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel. Okay? To cease. That means to exist no more. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel. Okay, a bow signifies what? A promise. So at this time, this promise was broken. And it shall come to pass in that day I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel, and she conceived again and bare a daughter. And God said unto him, call her name Laruhamah, Salakia, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away. And we're watching what was read in 1 Kings actually play out. I will take them away. Okay? But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by the Lord their God, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen. Okay? Yahushua is going to save. Okay? Now, when she was weaned, Laruhamah, she conceived and bare a son. Then said God, call him Loamani, for ye are not my people. So altogether, everybody went off. Okay? Everybody. Now, nobody's a part of, the basically, all of us became Gentiles. Then said, Salakia says, start at 9 again. Then said God, call his name Loamani, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said, ye are the sons of the living God. So what had to happen was, it had to be a breaking away. Everybody fell and became Gentiles. But once we woke up, what happened was, now salvation comes. And this is going to explain it further. It says, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come out of the land. Let's see. They shall come out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. So this is the process. So right now, at this present moment in this verse, we know that Judah and Israel split. Okay. So when Israel split, Judah and the remnant of like Benjamin, they didn't want, they like trying to get them back together. They were going to fight and like basically, whichever one of y'all don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, we putting to death. Because that's not our customs. But the Lord said, no, everybody has to fall for this to actually come to where the story plays out a certain way. Okay. Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. So now we understand. This makes them Gentiles. This makes the whole nation of Israel Gentiles. Okay? That's what we became, because he put us away. But he also, when he put us away, because he made a promise that he was going to bring us back. Okay, so keep in mind, at this present moment, everyone's Gentiles. Baruch, and notice, Baruch actually wrote the book of Jeremiah. Okay, so it's no coincidence that you're getting this from both. Okay, you're getting this from the same person. For I knew that they would be, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. How is that going to happen? In the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. Okay. Romans 9:25. As he saith also in Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people. So they came, that Hosea, what we just read, it says, I'm going to call them my people, which were not my people. So what made them not as people? Rebellion and going against, the law, statutes, and commandments, and what we're supposed to be doing, our heritage, who we were. We went away from that. So to be brought back into something, you first have had to been a part of it from the jump. Okay. So it says, let's see. I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. Okay, that's when the Lord turned his back on us. It says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God. So now, what's happening? Everybody's waking up. Okay. And why? This is Ephesians 2:12. That at that time ye were without Hamashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel. Alienated. Okay? Not a part of. Strangers. Okay, and strangers from the covenants and promise having no hope and without God in the world. So it will become a time where we will become Gentiles because we didn't know. When you read Jeremiah 17:4, we wouldn't know who we were. We would be walking around like sheep, docile, following anything, being anyone, having nothing to cling on to because we had no hope. Okay? This is what made us Gentiles. Okay, so a precept to Ephesians, because we see commonwealth of Israel and strangers and covenants and promise, no hope, and without God in the world. Romans 9:3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites. When you go back to Ephesians, it says, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel. So it tells you who it's speaking to. Okay? It says, to whom pertaineth the adoptions, being adopted back to the Father. All right? The glory and the covenants. We just seen that you will go away from that in Ephesians, the covenants. Okay? And the giving of the law and the services of God and the promises, all to Israelites, because they were Gentiles at this time. But we're seeing it will come a time where they will wake up and they wouldn't be doing the same things, going against our nationality and who we are and how we believed. Okay? All of these things will be done away with. Okay? We would know, we would wake up and we would come to, well, this is who we are. And we will believe on that. Okay? Not everybody, but the elect. Okay? It says, whose are the fathers, and of whom concerning the flesh Hamashiach came, who is over all, God bless forever. Amen. So look at that. Concerning the flesh, Christ came. When he came in the flesh, what was his mission? To die, right? To die for who? The children of Israel. Not everybody. Okay? Now watch this. Ephesians. Going back into Ephesians. But now, in Hamashiach Yahushai, you who sometimes were afar off, made nigh by the blood of Hamashiach. So once you were separated from the commonwealth of Israel because you were put away as Gentiles, but now the ones that were put off and far away, what does it say? You're made nigh. So I'm bringing you back close. And what did I do to bring you back close? It says by the blood of Hamashiach. So by when he passed away and was resurrected, the purpose of that was what? That blood was shed for Israel. Okay? That's who that blood was shed for. Because when you read this right here, it says we were far off because we were made Gentiles. Okay? 14. For he is our peace, who hath made both one. What's that? You remember where we were basically northern and southern tribe? Remember back in 1 Kings when the northern tribes, what did they do? They scattered. They went away. They chose someone else to rule over them instead of sticking to the house of David. Okay? They didn't stick to that. And they became to the house of Judah and the house of Israel. But look right here. It says, he is our peace and hath made both one. Both the what? The northern and the southern kingdom. So if you don't come from the northern and the southern kingdom of Israel, you can't get salvation. It's not for you. Okay, so people trying to tie themselves to that covenant and it has nothing to do with them. All right. And this, in 14, it says, for he is our peace and have made both one and hath broken down the middle. So the separation between the northern and southern kingdom, that wall of partition between us. So he actually brought us together when he died, and he broke the barrier. When that barrier was broken, now you see what? The tribes coming back together. Because they once were Gentiles and they didn't know. That's why certain words like lost sheep. He's a shepherd. A shepherd herds what? His sheep. That's why I call the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Like some of this stuff is really simple. People don't want to see it. When you take away salvation from people and they have no part of what's eternity and heaven and all that, of course they're going to put up a fight because they want to be a part of that. But it has nothing to do with them. Okay? 15, having abolished in his flesh the enmity. Okay, the separation, the feuding, even the law of commandments contained in ordinances, for to make himself of twain one new man, and that's the body. Those two became one in one body, in the body of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, so making peace. Okay? And that he might reconcile. When you put re in front of anything, it's bringing it back together. Okay? Both into God in one body by the cross. So when he died, he basically put the northern and southern tribes on his back and he carried them through. And that's what a sacrifice is. Okay? Having slain the enmity thereby. So all the bickering from the northern and southern tribes, guess what happens? Y'all coming back together. Okay? 17. And it came and preached peace to you which were afar off, and to them that are nigh. So understanding that everybody that was far away, everyone's together now. Everybody's not going to get this. Now, I made this as a side note. The gospel. Okay? Let's see about this gospel. This is Luke 4:18. The Spirit of the Lord said unto me, because he had anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. Gospel, the good news. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives. Who's captives here? Transatlantic sub-Saharan slave trade. Who's captives here? Okay. Who is captured? Who's still in this land? That's who the true Israelites are. Okay. And recovering the sight to the blind. When you do something, like keep in mind, we saw spiritually who we were. Then we lost it by going against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We became Gentiles. It says, recovering the sight. So we knew who we were, then we lost it. Then we got it back. Okay? That's the sight. That's spiritually. To set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. So it's all understanding. So Isaiah, this is what Yahweh was saying in Isaiah. I mean, in Luke, he was quoting Isaiah. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings. That's the gospel, good news. Unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty unto the captives. So when we were lost and couldn't see anything and we were captives mentally, that yoke was broke from our minds to understanding. This is why we're in captivity, because we became Gentiles following all the folly of the world, but the Lord had it set up that way. The picture plays out perfect. Okay. And to the opening of the prison to them that are bound. We're captives mentally and physically. to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn. Who's mourning? Just think about this stuff. Who's actually mourning? Who's sighing and crying in this place? To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion. That's Israel. Okay? That's who all of this is for. Israel. To give unto them, basically, the good news. Beauty for ashes. So our story is going to be turned to something beautiful. And it came with the price. The oil of joy for mourning. So everything, we're going to go from bottom to the top. Okay? The garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. So all of that good news and everything that happened for the nation of Israel. Okay, I hope this was edifying. I pray that it was. In the name of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Till next time, Shalom.